0 seconds.
We should start because we have time.
Do we get 20 minutes because it's 2 of us? So Chambana.net is a project in Urbana-Champaign, Illinois, and it's a joint project between 2 different community organizations. One of them is the Urbana-Champaign Independent Media Center, which is sort of a like media journalism community arts center. It's part of the Indie Media Independent Journalism Network. And the other project is Acorn Active Media Foundation, which is kind of a small sort of spin-off of the Independent Media Center that is a IT workers collective. And Chambana.net is this community technology project that does a whole bunch of things in the community. The DOS IMC provides the space and the bandwidth and power, and Acorn provides the technical expertise and the equipment. And so Chambana.net is comprised of probably like
Half a dozen people maybe.
yeah, and like 9 servers and a bunch of other equipment. And so we maintain a computing center like inside of the IMC. Well, 2 really. There's public access machines that anyone can just walk in and use, and then to check their email or do whatever. And we get a lot of walk-ins off the street. And also we help to maintain the IMC's production lab, which is where we can do media production and arts training. And then we host a whole bunch of websites too. Probably got maybe like 50 websites, a lot of them around the IMC and other organizations associated with the IMC and its working groups. And a couple hundred email lists, including the list for the summit, and also the summit website is listed on there. Yeah, but yeah, and email accounts and instant messaging and Twitter analogs and things like that. StatusNet.
So we want to talk about wireless.
Yeah.
The QWN wireless project is also sort of wrapped into this whole mix, and Josh and I have been slowly working on a small network in Urbana, moving into WRT-based firmware.
Yeah, we're working on revitalizing the QWN network in Urbana with switching from the NetBSD-based firmware that it currently uses to an OpenWRT Linux-based firmware like many of the other wireless mesh networks here. And that's tied in with Chambana.net services. So if you have a Chambana.net account, then you'd be able to use that to access local area stuff on the QWN network and things like that.
That's one of the areas. How much time do we have left there, actually? We have no context clues here. Yeah, so that's one of the things. Adding in and planning and thinking about different local services is something that we're also thinking about for the future, such as one idea that we've been batting around is a community repository hosting service for not-for-profits to be able to archive their materials should they want to in perpetuity. And that's kind of that came out of an idea that from a partnership we have with the local public library and archive. So we're sort of exploring, what are these services that we could offer to the community.
We also contribute volunteer time and equipment to running a community computer help desk where anyone can come in and get help with their computer, whether it's to do some specific task or their computer's broken and they need to figure out how to get fixed or where they need to go or how to recover their files and things like that. So, which we think provides a valuable service to the community where they can come in for free before they go to some computer technician and pay them a lot of money that hopefully tell them what they, hopefully help them out, and if we can't help them out, tell them exactly what help they need and where to go.
There's a real skill sharing focus to that too, where we're just, they're not just coming in for help, but we're hopefully doing some knowledge transfer with them so they can be more self-sufficient and maybe even show up then as a volunteer. So that volunteer base has grown, where we're starting to grow our tech volunteer base through that help desk.
Yeah.
Any questions from the audience? Anyone?
Sure, we're finance.
Did you say that you're offering those extra services to your signed up membership, or is it a general offer to anybody who sees the wireless network? Do you have a splash page? I'm just sort of
There's
showing
no
you.
splash page. The wireless network is completely open.
Yeah, we're just looking at ways to tie in the people who have accounts on Chambana.net into the wireless network so that we can provide local services, things like if they have a shared file storage that they would be able to access from inside the Independent Media Center to allow them to access that on the community wireless network as well, things like that.
And the primary revenue source that's sustaining these various activities is?
Well, primarily it runs mostly on donated hardware, and for things like hosting and co-locations, we do have like a suggested donation scale, but it's pretty much open to anybody, and we aren't very good about going after people for donations, so I guess it runs on nothing. Right? We don't really have like a revenue model for it. It's just all volunteer-run, donated hardware and stuff, and donations from Acorn Active Media and the IMC, things like that, sort of keep it running. We do have certain challenges, like the space that our primary data center is in, has insufficient electrical capacity, insufficient, HVAC, and insufficient data connectivity as well, because all the IMC can afford right now that's available is a Comcast business class cable modem, which of course has terrible uplink properties.
Yeah, and we're hoping that will change. I mean, Urbana-Champaign received stimulus money to get fiber. I think it was a project through, was it VTOP?
Yeah, so
we're waiting to see if that happens, and if that does happen, we'll probably get connectivity into that fiber backhaul.
we're one of the signatory public computing centers on the grant. So part of that deal is that hypothetically we do get eventually hooked into the fiber network. There's actually fiber right across the street, but we don't have the money to trench it and do all of the endpoint connectivity. Plus the city would have to let us do that because it's their fiber.
Well, when that happens, though, I mean, our wireless project could really take off. Again, it's been sort of dormant, except for inside of the Independent Media Center.
Is that related to the HLS?
The NetBSD firmware, runs the HSLS,
Yeah, it's not overly accessible from a development standpoint, and it's kind of a laborious process to migrate our network from one to the other. We're actually looking at ways to have the two different firmwares interoperate, because like through shared distributed routing protocols like Quagga, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, we haven't gotten very far on that part yet. So currently we're just the nodes that are down, as we put them back up, we're flashing them with WRT instead of QMR.